this one was like the one from a year ago. It's so funny. This one was so good. But Senator, I'm Chinese.
The
I saw
show here.
this.
As you know, we have been fighting to protect the constitutional right to free speech for the more than 170 million Americans who use our platform every day. On behalf of everyone at TikTok and all our users across the country, I want to thank President Trump for his commitment to work with us to find a solution that keeps TikTok available in the United States. This is a strong stand for the First Amendment and against arbitrary censorship. As we've said, TikTok is a place where people can create communities, discover new interests.
Yeah,
Huge news out of the Supreme Court as the justices uphold.
it's really messed up. They're just straight up banning TikTok for no reason. Like I mean there is a reason, but it's a stupid reason. So I'm gonna say there's no reason. It's fine. It's fine. We'll just watch bits and pieces from
and
this.
his opinion in the D.C. Circuit.
Got to at least consider the consequences of shutting down a speech platform used by 170 million Americans against the benefits of an alternative, like simply saying to TikTok's employees, you're essentially going to get massive fines, potentially jail sentences, if you share any of that sensitive user data with anybody. Not TikTok, not ByteDance, not China, not anybody else in the world. Yet there's nothing in this record that suggests they even considered that alternative.
What happens after January 19th if you lose this case? Can you just spell that out?
At least as I understand it, we go dark. Essentially, the platform shuts down.
Unless there's a divestiture.
Unless there's a divestiture, unless President Trump exercises his authority to extend it by night, but he can't do that on January 19th. On January 19th, we still have President Biden, and on January 19th, as I understand it, we shut down. It is possible that come January 20th, 21st, 22nd, we might be in a different world. Again, that's one of the reasons why I think it makes perfect sense to issue a preliminary injunction here and simply buy everybody a little breathing space. This is an enormously—
What do you mean by shut down, too? Can you just spell that out?
So
What is this guy on about? What is this Brett guy on about? What do you mean shut down? What kind of dumbass question is that, Mr. Brett Kavanaugh?
If you
the app is not available in the app stores.
Yeah,
That's
like,
at a
bro, this just shows you how stupid how incompetent these people are. Because what do you mean? What kind of question is that? You don't understand what it means by someone saying, "Oh, it's gonna shut down." It's gonna shut down means the app doesn't work in the country. Mr. Chu is in Singapore and Europe. They asked him that in the court hearing from yesterday. Is that what you're saying, dude? They asked him that yesterday. No, it's old. Oh, you mean the older one? Oh, okay. Yeah. I remember the older one because I know in the older one they kept asking him stupid questions. I didn't know they asked him if Singapore is in Europe though.
And if I move from here and go over there and sit with my Democrat friends, which will make them real nervous, does Google track my movement? Does Google, through this phone, know
Oh yeah,
that
this is the one where they were talking to Google, right? Yeah. I remember they even had a court hearing with
I have
Google.
moved here and moved over to the left? It's either yes or no.
Not by default. There may be a Google service which you've opted in to use, and if
So Google knows that I am moving over there. It's not a trick question. You know, you make
These are the people that are ruling a country, by the way. Yeah, this one's from Google. These are the people that are in charge of a country, by the way. Jesus Christ. No wonder the US is so messed up. Look at who they have look at who they have over there as this is the chief of
$100 million a year, you ought to be able to answer that question. Does Google know through this phone that I am moving over there and sitting next to Mr. Johnson, which would make him real nervous? It's his question. It's yes or no.
This is so stupid. Bro, I don't know why they allow old people to make choices on tech, man. I really don't know why. I don't know why they allow old people to make choices on tech. They just shouldn't. It shouldn't be allowed.
I won't be able to answer without looking at
You can't say yes or no.
without knowing more details.
Like, oh my God. Like, oh, it's so stupid. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
Mr. Chu, look over here, please. I've never heard of a country called Singapore.
Oh my God, this is
Is it
AI.
in Western Europe or mainland Europe? Because I certainly have never heard of Singapore.
I love his face. I love his reaction to this. It's just like, what the fuck? You, bro was just sitting there like, there's no way you just said that to me. There's actually no way you just said that to me. They try, yeah. I think that's what they were trying to do. Because there's no way. I think they were trying to get him angry so that, like, if he gets angry, they can be like, "Oh, look, this guy who's the head of a big company in the U.S. Look how angry he is. He's saying bad things to our senator. Ban him. Ban his app. Oh, that type of thing." Okay, Red Note started making U.S. servers already. TikTok refugees. That's so cringe. That's actually so cringe, bro. TikTok refugees. They're like, oh my God, this is so stupid. It's actually there's no way this is happening. If this actually happens, I will. It's gonna be so funny. But at the same time, a lot of the good content creators are from the US, so that's gonna be a huge market that's just gonna disappear into thin air. But like, isn't the US making money from TikTok? Like, do they not make any money from TikTok? So they do make money for the US. So is the problem just the fact that they have more data TikTok has more data on people than like on their users than Facebook or Meta or all that stuff? Because there are a lot of people who use TikTok who don't use Instagram or Facebook. I really do think it's because they don't have the information that TikTok has. Because obviously the information that TikTok is getting from their users, they're not going to share that with the US government, of course. I don't even think they share it with the Chinese government. I don't know what these guys are talking about, like sharing with the Chinese government.